pain. My people see the same. They locked us down in chains. We just praying for a change. They knocked us off the throne and stripped the earth of our names. My heritage I claim. I just pray they do the same. Cause if they only knew that we the true Jews. But if they only knew that we the true Jews. If they only knew that we the true Jews. But if they only knew that we the true Jews. You saved us from Egypt and Moses was a leader. Next 40 years, angel food is what you feed us. You passed me down the law mindset of elitists. I took a blood oath and promise like kids.
What's going on with you, brother? How you doing? You got a question? You know what's going on already? How long you been in this truth, brother? About 3 or 4 years. All right. Well, what congregation you normally was dwelling with or listening to? Just mainly just like Sakari, Sons of Thunder. Who you was started off on?
Sakari, Sons of Thunder, HOI, and WFI.
Okay, so yeah, those some good groups to learn from, man. I was just trying to see because by you telling me who you was watching, I know where you at as far as what you was being taught, basically. Now I don't know how much you retained, but you know what I'm saying. So you know most of the laws. You would say you know the laws. Would you say that?
Yeah, that wasn't a stumbling block though.
What's that?
The stumbling block I was having with the Gentile doctrine.
What part of it? What about it?
Just getting through my head that most of those Israelites in the New Testament are Israelites.
So basically, Gentiles in the New Testament being Israelites.
Yeah.
Con. You got that? What, John 7:45?
I'm starting to feel that.
Which one you pulling?
1 Corinthians.
That'll work as well.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11, and I'm gonna start at verse 1.
Con.
Be ye, now it's like 1 Corinthians 12 and 2. Ye know that you are Gentiles carried away unto the dumb idols.
Now, you see right there, he's telling us first and foremost right off the tops that these people are Israelites, but they were carried away through dumb idols, which means they were involved in idolatry. So when we go off into idolatry and other wicked things that goes against God's laws, the people of the time that was righteous considered those people as what? Gentiles. Now, Gentile just means what in the Greek? Nation. So anybody could be a Gentile of any bloodline, any nation could be a Gentile, because all it means is nation. That's all. So it's going to be times here where you see, like just now, it's finna go into it, it's going to call these Israelites Gentiles.
1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 2. Ye know that ye were Gentiles carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led.
See that?
And I'm going to go back. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, I'm going to start at verse 1. Moreover, brethren, I would not that ye should be ignorant that how all our fathers.
You see that? He's talking to the Israelites because that's why he had to make it clear that all our fathers, which means we all have the same common forefather. That's why he's saying that. Go ahead.
That all our fathers were under the cloud and all passed through the sea.
So based off of that, I would ask you, who was under the cloud and who passed through the sea?
Moses and the Israelites.
Exactly. So therefore, he's telling us right here that he's talking to Israelites. And then when we went where he just read, he called them Gentiles. So therefore, that shows you that there is people that are Israelites called Gentiles in the New Testament. Now, the Christian church that made us all start believing that Gentiles is non-Israelites. Now, there is some cases when it's not talking about Israelite, but there's a lot of cases where it's also talking about Israelites. So don't get too caught up in the word Gentile because it only means nation. And if you go into it in Hebrew or the Yiddish, they call it goyim, which still means the same thing, nation. You see what I'm saying? So don't worry about all that. What you got?
John 7:45.
No, that's not the one I want. Go ahead.
This is the book of Tobit, chapter 13, verse 3. Confess him before the Gentiles, ye children of Israel. For he hath scattered us among them.
You see that? Well, you got that. That's a clear one right there, huh? Oh, that's your favorite one? One of them. Yeah. Confess them amongst the Gentiles, for he has scattered them amongst them. We're everywhere. Israelites are everywhere. So we have to go amongst the Gentiles to preach to the Gentiles. Because you also remember the one where he said, where you're going to go amongst the Gentiles to teach the Gentiles? You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
John chapter 7, verse 35. Then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go to the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles?
You see that? Our ancestors knew the concept of being called a Gentile for doing heathen type behaviors or being separated from the land. Remember, they had problems with other Israelites that wasn't born and raised in the land at that time. They had beef like that, just like we do now. We still the same people, actually, if you think about it, because we do the same thing now. A white man walk down your street in your neighborhood, you ain't tripping on that dude. But a black boy walk down there that you ain't never seen before. Hold on, brother, who is you? Nigga, what you doing over here? Because we the same people. We still don't deal with people outside of where we at. If we know you from here, we cool. We hella cool. But if we can't identify you, we don't trust you. We don't deal with you. And it's the same thing they did then. If you wasn't in the land, you was considered a heathen because we don't know you. You can't prove who your forefathers is. You have to prove that. Once you prove you one of us, you know what I'm saying? Who put you on the set, basically? Who corded you on? You know, who your mama, where your mama live, where your granny live. We do the same thing today, just on a whole different level. You feel me? So hopefully they answer what you was looking for, or you still don't understand. You got it. Yeah. Con, I appreciate it. The Tobin one? All praises, all praises. You have any other questions?
Yeah. What would you consider the spiritual fornication?
Spiritual fornication? Because dealing with, get the precept. Spiritual fornication is dealing with any other God outside of the Most High God that was given to us. That's what spiritual fornication is. Just like remember the story with the woman that was talking to Christ and he said you have 5 wives? Yeah. That's what he was saying is that she had, not 5 wives, 5 husbands. He was saying that because in that time, them people worshiped 5 different gods. It wasn't that she was married to 5 men. He was saying that you already have 5 husbands because she worshiped 5 other gods. She was committing spiritual, she was committing spiritual fornication already. She was worshiping 5 other gods. He wasn't saying she literally had 5 husbands. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. That's one of the biggest things that God don't like when we do that. He said, I am a jealous God. He's very jealous. So when we go to worshiping other gods, he gonna strike you down. If he could, I'm telling you, he gonna do what he gonna do. That's one of the biggest things we could do against God is go worship another God. Idolatry is worshiping an object basically that you made in the name of a spiritual God. The spiritual fornication part comes when I make that God that I created myself my God and I'm bowing down worshiping it. Idolatry is the bowing down to the idol part. You see what I'm saying? The connection of the spiritual part becomes the spiritual fornication. You feel me? Go ahead, you got something?
No. I got the whole Ezekiel chapter 16. I'm trying to get the point for you.
What you got, King? Because I see you trying to bring something. I see you. I'm saying, here you come.
Yeah, I got a precept. This is dealing with spiritual fornication, right? So this is Jeremiah 3 out the
CEV?
Yeah, the CEV from the top, right? The Lord said to the people of Israel, if a divorced woman marries, can her first husband ever marry her again? No, because it would pollute the land. But you have more gods than a prostitute has lovers. Why should I take you back?
Wow. You have more gods than a prostitute have lovers. So therefore, that comparison alone showed you that spiritual fornication it runs deep. It runs deep, brother. That's a good one for spiritual fornication. The explanation in the simplistic form. What you got? All right, King.
Ain't nothing gonna top that.
I know, ain't nothing gonna top that one. That's the one right there.
Ain't no funny.
But yeah, I'm glad you came out today, brother. I see you keeping the laws. You know what I'm saying? You got your fringes on. That's all praise always. You got your beard. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if what you got on 100% fabric, but you know that. I don't know, but I'm assuming it is because you're keeping the other laws, or you don't know about that. Yeah, you don't know about that law? Oh my goodness. See, that's why we out here to help you get the laws you don't know. Get that in yeah, exactly. Deuteronomy. Let me see whoever quicker on the sword, who get it first. Just see, don't let the youngster beat you, war dog. All right. But yeah, there's a precept here. You finna get it right now. I'm gonna read it. But it tells us that we're not supposed to wear clothing with interwoven mingled fabric. Like, you know, if you pay attention to how they sell our clothes to us in the store nowadays, what we get, you look at the tag and say 50% polyester, 50% cotton. We can't wear that. We're going off you wearing that. You ain't supposed to wear mixed fabric. Now, it could be like a Letterman jacket. You know how Letterman jackets are made? How it got the leather arm, but it got a polyester base, basically? That's not interwoven. They just sewn together. That's two different things. It's a whole polyester arm sleeve sewn to a whole wool jacket part. So that's not mixed. Mixed becomes when they interwoven the fabric, like this one shirt you have on. If it say 30 this, 20 that, you can tell it's mixed because there's no other separations in that shirt. It's all one shirt. So you know the threads are mixed together. You got it? Go ahead.
Leviticus 19:19. Ye shall keep my statutes. Thou shalt not let thy cattle journey with diverse kind.
See, first it told us that we should not let our cattle diverse with. mingle with diverse kinds. We shouldn't mix them together. We shouldn't be trying to breed goats with cows. You know what I'm saying? Just because they're of the same species. We shouldn't be doing that. We shouldn't mix stuff.
Thou shalt not sow thy field with mingled seed.
We can't even have a field where we're farming, mixing the seeds together. He don't want us to mix the seeds. He don't want us to mix the animals. Go ahead.
Neither shall a garment mingled of linen and woolen come upon thee.
You see that? We're not supposed to wear that stuff that's mixed fabrics. You got to go start buying 100% clothing. Shirts made from 100%, pants 100%, everything we got on up here, it's 100%. We look at the tags, we make sure it's 100%, and everything we had in the closet, I painstakingly had to throw it away when I found out this law. I was mad because I had a lot of valuable stuff I didn't want to throw away, but I did it as soon as I found out. My wife, it took her a little longer than me, but she got it done. So I don't know if it's 100. I haven't looked at the tag. That's up to you to look at the tag. It might be and it might not be. I know when I buy a lot of button-ups, a lot of them do be mixed fabric until I look at it and I'm like, nah, I can't get it. I used to have a gang of button-ups. I had to get rid of a lot of button-ups. It's hard to find 100% button-ups. And when you do find them, they cost an arm and a leg. Everything that we supposed to do as a royal people is expensive. The cheap stuff is cheaper. That's why it's cheap, because they know it's BS. You know what I'm saying? Look at what they're doing out here nowadays. They mixing the fruits and vegetables. You got peach oranges, watermelon pineapples. Like, it just said right there that we ain't supposed to mix the seeds. Everything these people do is against God. And if you don't know the laws of God, you ain't gonna know what's right and what's wrong when it comes to looking at what's going on right in front of you. Especially if they're trying to pull you into it, which is what they do through media, TV, and every other aspect they can do. Now what? Most of their women wound is dying off. They can't even make babies no more. So what they doing? They going to take our women. They making us look bad, teach our women we ain't shit, and then go and walk right up on her. Hey, baby girl, I'll take care of you. I got a 401k and a mansion. This nigga got Burger King and a Honda. You feel me? And then you see him walking up and down here all happy, won't even give a black man a hi, no respect in their face when they look at you, nothing. But they walk around here loving on Esau, loving on the devil, when he ain't doing nothing but lying to you. You feel me? Yeah, it's crazy. You got to just pay attention. But the thing is, like I said, there's a law saying be not to wear mixed fabric. So what you do when you go home today, go check your clothing out, man. I wouldn't say throw it all away instantly and be with nothing. Throw away majority of it, though, and just go buy new garments. And as you buy new ones, throw one out. Every new one you buy, throw it out until you can get rid of all that stuff. Unless you got enough stuff that's 100% to just get rid of everything you have instantly. Because the thing is, a lot of people don't understand that wearing mixed fabric, it alters the energy within our being. 100% fabric is like a magnifier of the energies. That's why God said wear it, because we're supposed to be the top of the planet. But how you gonna be the top of the planet if you minimizing your energies? You feel me? We're made to be a certain way and do certain things. It's just that simple. And if we're not doing what we're supposed to do, we're living at half the energy. We're living at half the power, half of everything that we're supposed to be, and that's never gonna be a good thing. You feel me? So, you know what I'm saying, just work on trying to get that together. Any more questions?
What about the prophesying with your head covered?
Oh, let's bring that up. That's the easy one. That's very simple, bro. You gotta see, first and foremost, you gotta understand that that's not a law, for one. That's in what? Corinthians. And when Paul was talking to the people in Corinth, why was he telling them that? You gotta think about it. The people there, the women used to wear a veil over their face, right? And what happened was the men there started wearing veils over their faces as well, right? So it was kind of hard to distinguish the men from the women, right? And the God said, don't be effeminate. And that's an effeminate thing they were doing. So he was telling the people of the church in Corinth to stop wearing that, to not wear that when you prophesy. We need to know who you are, basically, right? It's not a sin, though, but he was just telling them not to do that because it ain't good. But you got it?
Yeah. There you go.
You got it?
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 4.
Uh-huh.
Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head.
Con. Every man praying or prophesying with his head covered dishonors his head. Right? Now, when you go into the blue letter and you look up the word, which one is it?
He want a veil.
Yeah, the veil. That's the head covering. When you go into the blue letter and you look into the biblical usage of the word, it says actually verbatim, veil. So it's talking about a veil because the people back then weren't wearing snapbacks. They weren't wearing this. So it can't be talking about this. Think about it. They didn't wear this stuff back then. What they wore was veil covers, like the nuns, how they have that little thing on and they have the veil part that come down, and all you can see is their eyes like the Muslims wear. That's what they wore. But the men was wearing it then, and that's where the problem came in. The men ain't supposed to wear that. And they were wearing it there because back in Corinth, there was a lot of homosexual stuff starting to go on down there. And he didn't want them to get mixed in with the stuff that's going on there, just like here. If you're wearing and dressing the way they wear and dress, we're going to assume you're one of them, whether you is or not. And that's what he was saying, don't do that. Go ahead, bring your precept out.
This is the book of Leviticus chapter 10, verse 6. And Moses said unto Aaron and unto Eleazar and unto Ithamar his sons.
Slow it down.
Uncover not your heads.
He said what? He said what?
Uncover not your heads. Neither rend your clothes. Lest ye die.
You see that? What did he just say? He just told us not to cover our head. We didn't. What he said? I mean, uncover our heads. If your head is covered. Think about it. There's a story in there when David prayed with all the people that was out there with his head covered.
That's what it's talking about.
You see what I'm saying? So if it was a sin, why King David did it? And why it wasn't accounted to him as sin when he did it? You see what I'm saying? A lot of people read this Bible or you got a little fear of dogs, I see, huh? I see, I've been watching you, man. You got a little fear of dogs. Get Joshua 1 and 9.
And this is the word to cover up. Well, in verse 7, it says, for a man indeed ought not to cover his head. The word to cover up, that word is katalau in the Greek. It means a veil. To cover oneself as in a veil over your face.
That's all it was saying, just don't wear a veil. It was telling the people, the men of that nation, not to wear a veil. Yeah, you go to the Blue Letter Bible, go into it, and it shows it. You know how to use the Blue Letter already. Yeah, a little bit, you learning it. Yeah, that's a good tool to have. What you got?
Now, I'm gonna jump down.
Go ahead.
Jump down to verse 16. But if any man seem to be contentious.
If any man seem to be contentious by what he's telling them, right?
We have no such custom, neither the churches of God.
So after he told him all that, he broke it down and told him, like, look, if you got contention by what I'm saying, don't even trip. It's not a law. We have no custom. Neither does the church. So if you do it, you do it. But I'm suggesting you don't. That's basically what he's telling them. That's the same chapter, everything. You go down a few verses. That's when he break it down to him and let them know, like, brother, just don't do it. We don't have no laws where you're sinning or anything. It's not, church ain't tripping. But the thing is, just don't do it. You feel me? That's all he was saying. You got that Joshua 1 and 9? Watch this. I'm going to show you something. Did you know that God commanded us to not be fearful of anything? Did you know that? He commanded it. Bring it out.
This is the book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 9. Have not I commanded thee?
Have not I commanded thee? He asking you a rhetorical question for have not I commanded thee? Like, didn't I tell you, nigga?
Be strong and of a good courage.
Be strong and of a good courage. Go ahead.
Be not afraid.
Be not afraid.
Neither be thou dismayed.
Neither be dismayed. So don't be all confused about what's going on. Believe me. Go ahead.
For the Lord thy God is with thee whithersoever thou goest.
He's saying don't be afraid, don't be scared, don't be dismayed, don't be none of that. Because why? Everywhere you go, your God, if you're doing everything he telling you to do, he's with you. Ain't nothing gonna happen to you. You straight. That dog ain't gonna bite you unless the Most High God want that dog to bite you. And if the Most High want that dog to bite you, there ain't nothing you can do to stop it from biting you. Do you understand that? I'm just saying, if you really think that, believe that, and feel that, you ain't gonna be walking, moving like this. When them dogs walk by me, I stand there, I hope it bite me, so I can beat the dog shit out of it. And that white person's gonna regret that. I hope it bite. I'll be like, here, bite me, go ahead. I'm not worried about it. I don't want to get bit now, but hey, if I got a judgment, I gotta live with my judgment, right?
The book of 2 Timothy, chapter 1, verse 7. For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind.
You see that? We're supposed to have a sound mind, peace about everything. Nothing should scare us in this planet. Not no man, not no bee, not no dog, not no snake, nothing. It's just we were made to run the world. He gave us dominion of the whole planet. We squandered it off. We want to follow everybody else and do what everybody else doing. So now we got to do what we got to do to get our power back. You understand? So just walk around in the energy that he gave you, man. You are a God on this planet. You got to understand that. But you got to start doing it and make sure you're doing everything he said to do, man. And you will have that power that he's promised to us. And there's going to be a time when he come back, excuse me, throat dry. There's going to be a time when he come back, send his son, and he's going to take us up out of this place, if Lord willing, if we're one of the number. And then we go really have power. Because he's going to give us back everything he took from us falling off. Be right back on our plateau. You feel me? Do what you got to do, King. I see you already doing what you're doing. You're taking strides already. That's good. That's great. Continue the process. Continue reading the laws, though. Learn the laws. Because if you know this whole book and don't know the laws, it benefits you none. You got to know the laws. The milk first, then you move to the next level. You feel me? Get all the milk down first. Get all the laws down first. It's 613 laws. If you don't know 613 laws, you know you got a lot of law studying to do still. Because there's 613. You should know all 613. You don't have, all 613 don't pertain to you per se, because some are strictly for women, some are strictly for the men when you're in the military. They're fractioned off to different things, but if you don't know them and you're put in that particular situation, it's a possibility you might slip and break it. And now you're walking around in sin and don't even know it. You feel me?
All 613 was in the first 5 chapters, right?
Say that again?
All 613 was in the first 5 chapters.
First 5 chapters? No. First 5 books, yes. Yeah, you will find all the laws pertained in the book in the first 5 books. What's going on, King? You got a question? Or are you just trying to teach? You got a question? You want to know? What's up, man? Huh? Tell you, these people don't love God, man. They act like they do, but they don't. None of these people love God. I bet you if I talk to some of these devils, they'll start answering these questions. The devils answer the question. The devils always bring the crowd. Niggas want to see a show. If I start a show right now, it's going to be 100 niggas right here looking while I talk shit and call these devils crackers and everything else in their face. They going to be on it. They going to be on it. What's up? What's up, devil? How you doing, brother? Y'all love me a good old devil. You know what I'm saying? They do their job. They do their job. Think about it. Who killed more people in the Bible? Lucifer or the devil or Satan, whatever name you want to put on it? Or God?
I ain't never thought about that. Who killed more people?
Yeah, who killed more people? God. The devil ain't killed nobody in the Bible. Show me somewhere in the Bible where Satan, Lucifer, or whatever name you got him going by has murdered somebody in the Bible. I've seen it nowhere. I've seen God kill everything and tell you what you got. What God say? Let's watch this. Watch what God say.
Book of Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 7. I formed the light and create darkness.
I made the light. I made the darkness, right?
I make peace and create evil.
I make peace. I create evil. Go ahead.
I, the Lord.
Who?
I, the Lord. Do all these things.
You see that? He do everything. You got to think about it.
Even Job.
Yeah, that's when they was having the heavenly council. But who was up there?
Sons of God.
And who else? Who else came to the meeting?
Satan.
That part. But I thought he couldn't be around God. I thought he was the most wicked and he was trying to take over heaven and he couldn't be up there. He was kicked out. And no, bro. No. These people will lie to us because we don't know the truth. That's why the Bible said the truth shall set you free. Because once you learn this truth, you go know things, and it ain't gonna be no way that these devils can walk up to you and tell you anything, and you don't be able to question it, fight back, or defend it. You understand? And that's why they said don't let a nigga read. If you wanna hide something from a nigga, put it in a book, because we don't read. We don't read. And now that we are reading, look what's happening. Brothers is coming out in droves in power, ready to get it, ready to do whatever needed to do for the Most High God at all times, 24/7. How old you think this young brother is?
17.
He's 15.
15.
No, 16 now. My bad. Salaki, your birthday just passed. He looking like, nigga. My bad. He's 16. His birthday just passed. So, but that's what I say. I wish I was in this particular fashion of truth and knowing at that age, like young age, man. I wish. That would have been great, man. Power. You feel me? Power. This young man he gonna be powerful if he continue doing what he do.
That's right.
That's right. These niggas is dead up here.
This is the book of Psalms 119, verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth.
You see that? Thy law is the truth. So it's when it say the truth shall set you free, what it's saying? What it's saying? What is it saying when it say that?
It's saying
What it say? Tell me. I want to see if you're listening.
I am listening.
Yeah, you weren't listening, bro. What it say? Read it again. Read it again.
Psalms chapter 119, verse 142. The righteousness is an everlasting righteousness.
Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness.
And thy law.
And thy law is what?
Is the truth.
Thy law is the truth. So when it says the truth shall set you free, what is it saying?
It's trying to say the law.
That's what it said. the law. So if you keeping the laws of God, you will be set free. You will be taken out of your captivity. There you go. There you go. Look, this man on his man. That's why he the war dog. Look, he already know what I'm saying before I say it.
Deuteronomy chapter 28.
This is what happens when you keep the law. Watch this.
Verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
You see that? If we do the law, he gonna set us back on top of everything. And then he says, what is that in, I think it's Jeremiah, where he says he's gonna take those captive whose captives they were. Yeah, you see that? He's gonna take us out of captivity, and the people that we were captive to, he's gonna become captives to us. He's gonna take the curses off of us and put these curses that was on us on them. You understand? That's how you get set free. Understand? You keep the law, you get set free. The truth shall set you free.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 30 and verse 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured.
Shall be devoured. Everybody that called us a nigga, a spick, told us we ain't gonna never be shit. Everybody that's ever did that.
This book of Jeremiah, chapter 30 and verse 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured. And all thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity.
See that? Everybody that's an op, all our ops are going into captivity. You understand that? That's the ultimate payback right there. You got to remember, he said a cup shall be doubled. So if we were in captivity 500 years, how many years do you think they're going to be in captivity?
1,000 years forever.
So, you right, bruh.
And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil. And all that prey upon thee, I will give for a prey.
You see that? He's going to give everybody that prey upon us. Who preys upon the black man nowadays? Police. They prey upon us. The police prey upon us the most, beyond just outside of the nations that prey on us for money aspects, like the Jews and all them people that just want to get our money and make it to wherever they make it to. But the police actually use us as prey. They stalk us. They hunt us in the streets. They follow us with reason just to mess with us. You understand? It says that we get that in Deuteronomy where it say we won't be able to contend for our life or something. Where we say we go outside and then it say they gonna kill us and not find themselves guilty. Yeah. They're gonna be killing us. They're not gonna be found guilty. They're gonna say not guilty. We're gonna go outside. We ain't gonna be sure of our life. We don't know when we walk out that front door if we're gonna be able to make it back home tonight. You know what I'm saying? This is the stuff that's gonna be on the children of Israel. And that's us all day, every day. Literally.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 66. And thy life shall hang in doubt. Our life shall hang in doubt. That means we don't know, bruh. Like, we don't know if we're going to make it through the day. Every day. We could die just driving home doing nothing, being cool, collective in the spirit. And dude just want to come mess with you because he's seen you driving by in a nice car with an afro. Oh, there go one. And now you shot because you reached for your ID. When he said, give me your ID. You understand? Our life shall hang in doubt. Our life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night. And thou shalt have none assurance of thy life. You see that? The thing is that, remember, he commanded us not to be in fear. But what he just said right there is that when we break these laws, we're going to be in a state of perpetual fear. Because we're not living under the laws. We're not living as what God created us to live by, and we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing. So we're going to be in the opposite of everything we're supposed to be. Living in fear, scared of stuff. Start keeping the law, start loving your God the way he say love him, man. And I guarantee you go walk around here with a whole new swagger, a whole new energy, a whole new power. And people go be able to see it and understand it. That's the crazy part about it. You go, it's like, it's different. It's very different. What you holding? What you got? Nothing? All right. No, it's all good. You got any more questions?
Yeah, one more. I get tired of everybody talking about this 1948. What would be a good 1948 cut?
A 1948 cut?
Yeah, you know when they be talking about the Jews, talking about the real Jews, and they went back there in 1948.
Well, but it's easy to prove they're not the real Jews, but as far as narrowing it down to 1948, You know what I'm saying? Because the Bible clearly tells us that Most High is going to take the children of Israel back to Israel. It didn't say nothing about the white man or America is going to take the Israelites back to Israel or Jerusalem. It didn't say that in the Bible nowhere. So it's easy to disprove what happened in the Balfour Declaration. That's in 1948. When that happened, that's not in the Bible saying that's going to happen. You understand? Go ahead. What is it?
You're talking about 1948. They appointed the land to him.
Go ahead.
Ezekiel
that's when they take the land from us, though.
Book of Ezekiel, chapter 36, verse 5. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, surely in the fire of my jealousy I have spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession.
You see that? The Bible said that they were going to basically appoint the land to themselves. It's the God's land, but they go take it. And that's what they did. They took it. Now, like I said, it don't necessarily say 1948, but that's what happened. He said they're going to point our land into their possession. And that's what they did. They did that. You trying to say something? Get that. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? What you got?
No, I was about to go to Luke 21.
Oh, okay. But yeah. Like, you go to that one right there, the one he just gave you. If you go to where it says that, what you got?
They shall fall by the edge of the sword.
Yeah, you can bring that. You can also get Revelations 2:9, Revelations 3:9.
Book of Luke, chapter 21 and verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles.
By who?
Of the Gentiles.
You see, it said that our land was going to be trodden down by the Gentiles. So that means when Christ come back, the people that's in that land at that time ain't us. It's clear. It's not us. It's Gentiles. And it says they're going to be there to win?
Until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
You see that? So until their time of God appointed for them to be there, they're going to be there. It's just that simple. Until we do and get up out of this captivity, that's what it's going to be. They're going to be there, and then when Christ come back, he going to get them up out of there and put us back in our land. It's just that simple. That's why I be laughing at these Israelites that think they can get away from their judgments and get away from what's coming by leaving and going to Jerusalem now. I'm just go to the boy right now. Like, bro, what are you doing? How? That's not gonna help you none, because now you just gonna be a victim. Because now you living over there right by the nuclear plant, and then you got Iran bombing them, and now you go die first, stupid, for them. Like, but hey, like I say, that's your judgment, that's your lot, not mine, obviously. Because that's what the Most High set up for you, obviously. If that's what you did and done and where you at, that's where he wants you, obviously. You feel me? Because he's in control of all things. So we already know it is what it is. You got any more questions? Nice. What's your name, brother? Josiah. Josiah. Nice to meet you. I'm Officer Quadash. Nice to meet you, brother. Quadash. Nice to meet you. All right. And with that, I want to say shalom. Give it to the next powerful speaker.
First one, then I'm coming back to the second one. The kingdom is just for us. It's real. The kingdom is just for us. It's real. These nations ain't nothing like us. It's real. These nations ain't nothing like us. Salt of the earth. Since birth from church I be the salt of the earth. God where we the church we be the salt of the earth. God first and worst, I'm still a salt of the earth. We the salt of the earth. Creme de la creme. Dropping jewels and gems in the street like Tim's. We ain't none of them. Been putting in work, you check my film. Mindset used to be stuck on the M. Mindset don't flip, now it's stuck on him. Jewish me, won't fuck with them. If it ain't black and brown, we ain't fucking with them. On your own. Build power base up, get all T, son, tell them watch the throne. For the generation come, niggas switch things up. Just hit a Christian with a